Welcome to the second model on how you can invest your money and get more results out of the investment and where you should invest the money. But the first question I want to ask you is, if you are a graduate like you are now, you have completed a university, you hold a degree or a certificate, what skill do you have that can give you money? What money-making skill do you have? What is your money, or what is your income earning skill? If you put your degree aside, is there any skill you have that can give you money? If you don't have this, then this is the reason why you should watch this video. This is the reason why you are participating in this conference, I guess. All right. As you sit now, as a national service person, as a volunteer, as somebody who is on contract, what will you say is the most important investment you should put your money in? What will you consider as the most important investment in your life? Remember, you are within 20 to 26 years, fresh from school, involved in national service or any volunteer work, that you are not yet in any permanent employment. So for me, as a coach, as a mentor, I would tell you that the most important investment as a fresh graduate is to invest in yourself. Invest to find your passion and build your business or career around that passion. This is what I advise you to do. But how do you do that? So this model is broken into 4 different areas where I advise you to put in your money, put in your resources, put in your energies. The first is invest in educating yourself to find your purpose, passions, and skills in life. The second is for you to invest in developing your skills, talents around that passion. The third is for you to invest in building your business or career around your purpose and around your passion. And the last is to build great relationships. Build great relationships. So we will take this one by one. But before we go into this, there are things I advise you, skills I advise you to have before you can begin to invest in any of these things. After talking about these 20 most important skills every graduate should have, I will introduce you to something I call self-awareness. Because if you are not self-aware, do not invest even a pesewa in anything hoping to get anything back. Now, what are the 20 most important skills you should have as a fresh graduate starting your service or doing your service? The first is you should know how to write reports. Report writing is a must for you. The second is photocopy. I say photocopy and I'm smiling because it looks so ordinary, but you will agree with me that there are most of you here who cannot do photocopy. Can you do photocopy? Can you do comb binding? Do you know how to work excellently with Office, Microsoft Office? I mean, Word, Excel, PPT. Can you do it? Do you know how to take notes? When you sit in a meeting, as you are in this conference, how are you taking your notes? Video taking and editing. Can you take a video? Can you excellently take a video even with your phone and be able to edit it to convey the meaning you portray in that video? Can you do basic graphic designing? You need to learn these skills. somebody doing your national service, this is the opportunity you have to learn all of this. So by the time you are done, you have not only gained experience, but you have knowledge in these things. Another is web designing, emailing, how to create an email, how to sync an email with your phone, with other devices you have. So as soon as you get an email, you see an alert, even how to communicate through emailing. You need to be able to learn all of this. Additionally, you need to know how to ride a motorbike and get a license. You need to learn how to drive a car and get a license. These are important skills you can waver out of your life. Another is basic accounting. Look, whatever money you are going to be able to earn in this life is going to come down to the numbers. You need to know those. Another is basic marketing and selling. As I communicate with you, I'm selling. If I don't have selling and marketing skills, certainly I'm going to be boring to you. You need to develop those skills. Somebody even said, if you're not able to sell anything to anybody, you are not going to be able to even stand in front of a leader and say, I love you, and convince the person. You need to develop these skills. Selling and marketing skills. Another is communication. As I'm talking with you, I'm communicating with you, aiming that you are able to learn how and where to invest your energies, your money, and your resources. So at the end of this video, at the end of this conference, if you are not able to learn this, it means I've not communicated clearly to you. So as somebody who is doing your national service, you are fresh from university, learn communication skills. Another is networking, building relationships. As you are here, I am not promising when I see you next time, I can mention your name, but I'm promising I'm leaving an imprint on your mind that next time you see me, next time I see you, I will be able to communicate with you and you will smile and move away. Explore your environment. You are in Northern region, you are in Ghana, you are in Africa, you are in Tamale. Know your environment. Know your environment very well. If they say stadium, you should know where the stadium is. If they say National Health Insurance Office, you should know where it is. The hospital, you should know where it is. Know your environment very well. You are living in this house. The next 4 houses around you, know those houses. Let them also know you. You are in this church. Let the other churches know. Let church members know you. You should also be able to speak the dominant local language. If you are in Ghana, you should be able to speak Twi. Because in Ghana, over 60% of the people belong to the clan, Akan clan. So you should be able to speak it. Not because you are doing them a favor, you are doing yourself a favor. If you are in Northern region, if you are in Dagbon, learn how to speak Dagbani. Because most likely, your neighbors are all Dagbani speaking. In your office, most of the people are Dagbani speaking. Learn it. That is the only way you can take advantage of what is happening around. Additionally, you should be able to do basic things like field work. Community entry and community exit, these are very, very important tools you need. So learn it. From school, there are most people who come to do their national service with me, or I'm mentoring them. Then you go to the community with them. Children, dirty, playing around, some have poo-poo, they've not washed themselves well. Then as soon as you arrive in the community, they are trying to come and welcome you. You don't have to run away. You are caught between the devil and the red blue sea. When you run away, you have lost the reason, the purpose for which you have gone to the community. If you have also hugged them, you attract so many things. So the best thing to do is carry along some water in your bag, carry some sanitizer, carry handkerchief. So you hug them, let them feel at home. Afterwards, when you go back, when you enter your car or when you ride your motor ahead, then you wash your hands. That is the best thing to do. You don't have to shy away from the community members. You should learn how to enter a community and live without creating any consequences that will damage the purpose of which you enter into the community. Additionally, as a service person, as somebody starting life afresh, you need to be able to organize meetings. Meetings. In this conference, manager and other staff of PassionDrive, they organize this meeting. You have come in, you have sat, You get your water, you get your snack, you get your logistics, you feel comfortable, you know where to go and where to go and use the washroom and a whole lot. You have your notepad and everything. Some people are there taking notes. You should be able to organize a meeting. So it is less, if it is left on your chest, you should be able to organize it excellently. Additionally, you should be able to register a letter. You should be able to distribute letters without any problem. So these are but the 20 basic skills that I expect you to be able to learn and master by the time you are done with your volunteer work, by the time you are done with your service. So having talked about these 20 basic skills, I'm moving you on to what I call self-awareness. Remember, I'm building up your mind towards where you should invest your resources. Self-awareness is basically how you interpret things when it happens to you. Now, when you are to invest money in anything, if you are not self-aware, do not do it. Self-awareness, what do I mean? One is catastrophizing. Catastrophizing, where you make things appear as if, but they are not. Secondly, developing the mindset of all or nothing thinking. If it is not 100%, I don't want 80. I don't want 50. Come on, drop this thinking. Again, overgeneralization. You have met only me, a coaching consultant. I have impacted your life. They say, oh, coaching consultants are excellent people. Meanwhile, it is only one you've met. Perhaps there are people out there who are junks, but that is not what I'm saying. Others even stretch this to tribes, to regions, to countries, where they make one sweeping statement about everybody and almost everything within that tribe, within that district, within that region. There is a popular saying that, oh, Dagomba men are not romantic. How many Dagomba men have you met that they are not romantic? You know perhaps only one. And that one, do you know the percentage of Dagomba people? Certainly no. So you don't have to develop that kind of mindset. Others say, oh, Gonjas, they are mean. Oh, come on, how many Gonjas have you met? It's a tribe of so many hundreds of thousands of people. You've perhaps met only one person, or even you've not met anybody. It is just because people are talking about that, then you put it on your mind. Drop this. It means when you keep this kind of thinking on you, it means you are not self-aware. And self-aware people are not supposed to invest because their lack of self-awareness will let them lose lots of money. Additionally, you have set out to do A, B, C, D. Then you say, I must do this. I should have done that. Eventually, when you're not able to do it, you demotivate yourself. Please drop this. Then others doing what we call labeling, attaching negative label to themselves or others without any justification. Any justification. Others go around doing mind reading, whilst others do fortune telling, predicting negative things about the future when they don't have any evidence. Emotional reasoning, discounting the positive. Oh, anybody could have done this. Anybody could have won could have scored the penalty. Come on, it's not that way. Credit people where they do well and then tell the truth where it is. You don't have to discount the truth. Another is blame and personalization. Because you are not able to become first. Yes, oh, I'm not good. The others, they have better foundations than I did. That is how come they are. Come on, stop this. If you are to get the maximum out of your investments, you don't have to put this kind of thinking on your mind. Others are mental filtering. Others are putting things on their minds that gets you demotivated. So these are called self-sabotaging behaviors. And you are not supposed to develop this. As a young person, I'm just adding this to you as bonuses. Because if you have this kind of mindset, if you have this kind of conception about life, it damages everything you touch. It damages everything you associate. It damages everything you invest your resources in. So drop this. Whilst you are dropping this, I encourage you to get mentors. I encourage you to get coaches. I encourage you to live your life every day believing that everything is possible and you can achieve. So now we are going into the very first thing, investing to find your purpose and passions. This is very important because there are many people out there who have worked 40 years, 30 years, 60 years, they've gone on retirement, and they will tell you that every day they have stepped out to go to work, they have gone there suffering because they don't have any passion for whatever they were doing. So you are fresh starting life. You have about 40 years, 30 years to work actively. Learn what your purpose and passions are. And the rest of the 30 years you are going to be working, you are going to enjoy it to the max. How do you find what your purpose and passions are? There are tools you need to go through. There are tools. At PassionDrive, we have lots of packages that helps you to be able to find your passion. Please, madam, can I get the Passion Discovery Workbook? Can I get a Passion Discovery Workbook? Okay, so this book is a set of tools that will help you with about 8 or 10 exercises that will help you to discover your tool, your passion. However, for here, we don't have much time, so I'm giving you this. I'm giving you 2 tools out of the many. 2 tools, but these are, if you ask me, these are the most powerful tools you can use to find what your passion is. Because in them, there are 4 questions that I've asked. And anyone, anywhere, those of you here, those of you watching on video, and those of you listening on radio, if you ask yourself, what subject will I read 100 books on without getting bored or tired? If you can answer this question, the next question I'll ask you is, if there was a job you would do for 5 straight years, a job you will do for 5 straight years without getting paid, but you are still interested in continuing to do that work, what work would that be? Another is, if you had money in abundance without the need for you to work and do anything because of money, what will you want to still use your life to do? So if you can answer these 4 basic questions, it will begin to tilt your mind towards where your passion is. The templates are with you, fill them. It will get you nearer to what you want what your life is all about, to get you to what makes your heart to beat. So for me, my purpose is to do everything: sleeping, eating, drinking, walking, working, everything to the honor and glory of God. So even as I facilitate this particular conference, as you watch me in this video, the purpose for me doing this is to be able to touch your lives so that I'm delivering my purpose that God has given me through this conference to you. But what are my passions? My passion is this: to make tremendous impact in the lives of people through entrepreneurship. There are various ways I can impact the lives of people. One of them is doing self-help or social work. But I don't believe in social work. I believe in touching life through entrepreneurship, where I deliver the value, you see the value of what I've delivered, and you pay for it. So this is where I find my passion. So when you finish going through these tools, you should be able to begin thinking around some of these areas. In addition, one important thing I would like to also mention before I move to the next is that when you find your purpose and passion, you should be able to develop your positive affirmation statement. My positive affirmation statement is pasted in many places that I easily can see. So it motivates me to do more. Okay. All right. So by now you have finished filling the first template, and I can see most of you are smiling. Let me see what the first person has written. All right. Okay. So thank you. So it gives me lots of hope that you are able to understand the concept of finding your passion, because henceforth, everything you do is going to build on it. And when you build everything on your passion, I have a quote that so many people quote around, which is, find your passion, everything else will follow. If you don't find your passion, whatever you are going to be doing is slavery. It's work. And I don't want you to work. I want you to enjoy doing what you do every day, because I enjoy doing mine. The second thing to do when you find your passion is to develop skills around that passion. Develop skills around that passion. My passion is to change lives, make an impact in many people's lives. But how do I do that? I should be able to do that through communication. So I must develop a skill in communication. My passion is to coach people. I should be able to develop my skills in coaching. My passion is to sit one-on-one, talk with you. By the time we are done, we are able to find focus. I should be able to develop my skills in how I do that. And I should be the master in this whole world. Like I am now, I'm the master in passion coaching. That is what you should do. After finding your passion, the next thing to do is to sharpen it, build it, so that you are able to sharpen it and to make more impact than just keeping the raw passion. Keeping the raw passion is very dangerous because you can easily dip, you can easily fall, you can easily die out of that. If I say die, what I mean is that you can sink. You can sink. The raw, everything raw is very dangerous. So you need to refine that passion. You need to develop that purpose so you are able to make meaning and money out of it. In fact, what are some of the ways you will be able to develop skills around your passion? The first thing to do right now is you have an opportunity to work with your superior in the office. Work very, very hard during your national service. During your first few years in work, ensure you give off your best. So while you are giving off your best in writing reports, organizing meetings, and doing so many things, in that process, you are building your skills around your passion. The next thing to do to be able to build your skills around your passion is to read, watch related videos, is to research, go to Google and all the search engines, search, watch YouTube videos, listen to podcasts around things that is your passion. When you do this, it's so fun. The next is attend conferences like this one, which is around your passion. When you attend conferences, you are able to learn from experienced people how they are able to do this. You are able to network with people who share perhaps the same passion with you, and you cut down several years of mistakes you would have made in order to come back on track. You learn it at conferences. As you are here, I want you to talk to each other, share contacts, and contact each other afterwards, and learn from each other and move on, because in the next 30 years, you are still going to be together in this world, God willing. The next thing for you to do is start now to implement your passion, which is what I call build your business or career around your purpose and passions in life. And how do you do this? How are you able to build your career or your business around your passion? Follow me. Number one, Immediately you identify your passion and develop some skills around it. Don't wait to get perfection. Just start to implement it. I love to coach. So I didn't wait until I achieved PhD or whatever certificate or degree in coaching. I just started. I started long ago before even getting all my certificates in coaching. For that matter, whatever your passion is, just start it. But I warn that do not take money just yet. As most of you will remember, when I started to engage you one-on-one on my mentoring and on my coaching, like Master John, Master Manasseh, Madam Doreen, and most of you gathered here, I never took a peso up from you. In fact, you never even knew I was coaching you until when you started implementing the discussions we were having. That is when you noticed that, yes, what this man has been telling me is something which has guided my life. And at that time, I used not to take any kobo. But now, before you come to me one-on-one for coaching or attend my conference, you have to pay money. Because I have advanced from that amateur state and I'm now a professional. For that matter, when you are testing your passion, don't take money yet. But later, you will take money. So, but for now, the third point in the series of how to be able to build your skills, to be able to build your business around your passion, is for you to mix your passion with other skills you have. Like I told you earlier on, I won't be an effective facilitator if I don't have facilitation skills. And remember, facilitation has nothing to do with coaching. But then I'm mixing that skill. Communication. If I can't communicate very well, I would have made all of you here bored and then you'll be sleeping up and down. The next is, so search for all the skills you have, add it to the passion, and you move with it. An example of how to mix your passion with other skills you have is, there are so many footballers around. One that comes to mind is Mario Balotelli. Balotelli has great skill in football. And he has passion in football because he said that is what he knows he can do. But then he doesn't have the skill of networking with people. He doesn't have the skill in controlling his patients. He doesn't have attitude. He doesn't have a correct attitude. So you find that whereas on the field he can play to score goals, but off the pitch, even on the pitch, you find him quarreling with so many people. So because of this, so many coaches are unable to coach him. I mean, football coaches. Then number 4 is determine what works. See, when you are implementing your passion around, you are implementing your business around your passion, one thing to do is to check what works and what doesn't work. Indeed, as I began thinking about how I should turn out my impact in society, my impact in people's lives, I began thinking around many things. How do I do it? Do I do it through establishing a school? Do I do it through coaching? Do I do it through establishing an NGO? How do I do it? Then, as I continued to search and build my skills around my passion, I landed on building a company that is into coaching, where I have the opportunity to meet people one-on-one and I'm able to deliver the impact. Have the opportunity to meet people during workshops and then I deliver the impact. So I'm saying that even though my passion was in coaching, I didn't start as a coach. I started as a field facilitator. I started as a facilitator in workshops. I started as somebody who was working in a different field altogether. But then I knew I was building my skills. I knew the skills in whatever I'm doing is going to be related to my passion. Then gain insights into the demand. Right now in Ghana, in Africa, there are most people, even when you say you are a coach, they think you are a football coach or a personal fitness coach. But I am a life coach. I take your life from 10 to 100 by helping you deliver on your skills. So, do people pay for me to coach them? At the beginning, I wouldn't know. But when I search around, there are not many coaches around. So it means that it's a field that I must really watch before I start. So how am I supposed to watch? I'm supposed to now check, will people pay money to come? Then what I did was, okay, let me establish other businesses with business strategies. So those businesses will begin to work for me, so that even when I start my coaching and it's not immediately paying off, I can still continue to feed on my passion. Then very soon, people get to know that what I do delivers benefits, so they come to pay and participate. So gain insights into the demand for your skills and competition in your industry before you begin full scale. The next for you to do in order to build your skills around your passion is to pay attention to what you like and what you don't like about your passion. The next is to open up for more suggestions. Indeed, as a young person, there are many people out there with lots of skills. Because for me, even as you think I'm an excellent coach, I still have people I consult. I'm open to many suggestions. I read a lot. I watch videos, I listen, I observe in order to facilitate and refine my skills. So that is not just where I end. And then when you're able to do all of this, then launch your business by starting small. Start small. I have started in a different way. It doesn't mean you should start the way I have started. Remember, I have worked for more than 15 years before I started PassionDrive and coaching and consultancy. But then, the way I started it, within the next 2 months, many people have heard, and so many things have happened as if PassionDrive has been in existence for about 10 years. But you may start differently. If, say, you are to start coaching, you can start by just walking to individual people, talking to them about what you do, and then changing their lives one after the other before you begin to market, setting up your website, setting up your channels on YouTube and all the other places like we have done right now. But you, whatever your passion is, however skills you have built, however you have tested it, start small. It is when you start small that you can manage it when it is big. Follow an influential figure in your field. I have so many coaches. I'm a coach, but I have so many personal coaches who are paying money to coach me. I have so many role models who model how and where I should go. So you can do this as well. At PassionDrive, we provide mentoring opportunities, provide coaching opportunities, provide consulting opportunities. Come, we will provide you this service. Another is to consider related careers and then develop and maintain solid connections. I've mentioned this already. You are in this workshop because you know me personally and I can deliver what you have paid for. You know somebody who you trust and the person have asked you to pay and come because you trust that person and the person wouldn't lie to you. So everything that is happening around this world is built on network, is built on connections. Do not lose this, especially as a young person growing up. You should be able to make yourself so trusted. You should be able to make yourself so positioned in such a way that people relate to you not because they want personal benefit, but they want collective mutual benefit. Now, the fourth thing, remember in the series, I mentioned the first thing to invest your resources in is to find your passion. I mentioned second is for you to be able to build skills around the passion. The third is for you to build your career around your passion. And the fourth is invest in great relationships. I've spoke a lot about this already, but it is a subject which cannot go away because in building great relationships, you are developing wealth. You are developing resources that will keep you going even when everything is failing. Because you should be able to have people around that you call. Please, can you get me $1 million? The person wouldn't blink and then get you that money. You are moving into a country, you don't know much about it, you have read, but you find so little information and you know somebody there. Please, where do you think I can pick up accommodation and it is cheap, but I can use it, I can use that place to do all my things? In which city do you think I can live very peacefully in this country? Look, those connections are going to get you to be able to save lots of resources. Lots of resources. All right. So I mentioned earlier that during your national service, one of the ways you can gain experience is to work and serve your bosses very well so they are able to feel comfortable with you. In that same advantage, they will Your bosses, like I used to do, like Master Godwin, Aisha, Rama, and co, when you were doing your service, one of the easiest ways you were able to find the jobs you are doing right now is I connected you to people who can help you. I connected you to NGOs. I connected you to people who can sign appointment letters. And as soon as you finish, you were able to land yourself in one job in NGO or one job in the public service. That is the power of building connections, building relationships. If you didn't work very hard for me to trust you, I wouldn't recommend you. You remember during your service with me, I was mentoring many people, but there are most of them, I don't even remember the names again because they didn't exert themselves very well whilst they were doing their service. Now, after all of this, I've taken you through 20 most important skills you need as a fresh graduate. I've taken you through how to develop self-awareness. I've taken you through the 4 critical things you should invest your resources in, which I've recounted many times in this short period. But one critical thing I want to tell you in this model is how you can make side income during your national service or during your nation builder job or during your contract with your organization. There are so many income-making opportunities when you are working or when you are doing your national service. Indeed, one of them is the money you are making at the end of each month. When you follow the budget template that we have provided for you, you will be able to make a minimum of 119 plus getting more savings from your field work and your boss and whoever that is providing some little support for you. You are able to make a lot of money. So if say you are making 10,000 at the end of the year, it means that every month you are making like 500 cedis. So put this money, you can put it in a structured investment where you go to an investment institution, pay this money to them. Then within 3 months, they tell you how much you are going to earn on this money. Remember, by the 3rd month, you are able to make some money again. You bring it and top it up. By the time you are done with your national service, these investments are going to accrue. Then you add it to the principal you have been saving, and you see the jump you are going to make. The difference in this, you will see it between you and the person who didn't do. So the next thing to do is, most of you here have specialized in some subjects whilst you are in school. Teach that subject. Offer to teach that subject. There are so many people around with children who want to be strong in the subject you are good in. Is it mathematics? Is it science? Is it robotics? Is it dance? Teach it. People will pay. And remember, at this stage of your life, every pesewa counts. Every dime counts. If somebody pays you 50 cedis to have a session a week for the child, four times in a month, that's 200 cedis. So add it to the 119 and see where you are going. The next thing to do is to sell some bottled water, especially at this season. It's very warm. Sell water. People will buy. Sell soft drinks. People will buy. Carry it in an ice chest and people will buy. Sell poultry products. Is it eggs? Is it meat? Or you yourself can even rear. Every day you hear people carrying these cages around with poultry birds in it, doing their bell, they are ringing their bells, crane. Buy 5, buy 10, put them in your house, feed them. In the next few months, when it is Christmas, you are going to sell these, some of them 25 cedis. In fact, these days, people even love those birds than the exotic ones. The next is for you to offer to clean people's homes. Offer to clean people's homes. In our office in PassionDrive, we have a cleaner. He does very well, but he cleans the floor. But in the windows, the doors, the glasses, the ceiling, almost all the time when you lift up your hair, you see some cobwebs. Offer to clean these. Come to our office. Go to offices and offer this service that I am an expert in cleaning windows and I do it weekends when you are not in the office. People will come for these services from you. Another is for you to work at a fast food joint. As we are here, your lunch will be provided by a fast food joint. They will deliver it very soon. They need more people to help them in washing dishes, help them in packing food, help them in frying, help them in cooking, and so many things. Offer your service. Go to them. Madam Proprietor, Mr. Proprietor, I do my national service here. I close at 5 p.m. After 5 p.m., I will come and help you from 5 p.m. to when you close. And mostly, they close at 10, except on special days. So you come, you do this work, take your carts, put in your back pocket, and go and sleep. The next day, you go again. Then weekends, you can offer maybe a whole Saturday or a whole Sunday in doing this work. You get money and save. You can craft your own things. There are most of you who are very good. You see my sweet lady with that scarf. Somebody did it. You see bangles. People did it. People did it. People, even the shirt I'm wearing, somebody can just turn it in a little way and I'll be marveled. Sandals, people change it into several fabrics that you wear it and you are marveled about how they've just changed an ordinary sandal. That becomes very personalized. Football center operator. I love this because whilst I was doing my national service, I started one as well. When you go to Guman, there's a junction called PUMAAYA Junction. It is because in 2008, whilst I was doing my national service, I established that football center. Today, many people call it my junction because that center is there. And almost every weekend, there is one football match or the other, and people come to pay and watch. I have since left it for my nephew, but up to today, about 11 years since I started it, it's still operational. In your area, there are new areas spreading up. You can open one there, and you make decent money. Guys like to come around and watch matches. Almost every day, the leagues are getting more interesting and more interesting. Look, guys will come around. You can even complement that with the sale of the soft drinks I mentioned earlier in the water. And you are going to make hot money. Indeed, hot money. As we sit in the next few weeks, you are going to see Chelsea playing Manchester or Manchester City playing Liverpool, and it's going to bring lots of money for you. Then, rent out your video games or books. I know most of you, especially guys, you have lots of games. PS1, PS2, PS3, PS100. These games, you have played them, they are not more interesting to you. You want to move on. Sell them. Do not keep them together, dust and spoil. You can sell these to other people who would like to use it. Another is to take up some painting work, take up some lawn work, cut grass, water people's plants. In our office at PassionDrive and even in my personal house, there is virtually a garden where I have personally planted these and watered them. Now, I don't have much time. The guys in my house too, it's not all the time they have time. Come around, offer to cut these grasses at periods that I would like. Because there are times that even though they are flowers, you come out because they are overgrown, they are not so aesthetic as you love it. Come around, offer me a very good price. At the end of every week, you come and cut it nicely, and you are good to go. Another you can do is to sell phone cases. These days, almost everybody wants to protect his or her phone. No matter the brand of the phone, people want to keep their phone looking new. When the phone falls down, you want to pick your phone and it's still fresh. Sell these things, people will buy. You can even operate mobile money services. These days, almost every day, you, I, and everybody who is here operate mobile money services. Most of you even paid for your tickets through mobile money. People are out there making lots of money. An example is one of my cousins, Mahmoud. He did his service with me. As soon as he finished, even during his service, he started the mobile money business. The whole of the office used to transact business from him. As soon as he finished, he established a shop, a kiosk, where he even employed somebody who manages that. Since he completed, he does farming and other things, but he relies mostly on the money he makes from that mobile money services, and he's doing well. You can do that as well. The money you have saved every month, use that to start the mobile money business, and you are going to fly in getting so much money you are going to invest. So, in fact, I want to show you this. To be able to build your skills very, very well and be able to invest it, there are some tools you must spend money on. Those tools include a laptop. They include an Android phone and then data. When you are young like you are, those 20 skills I mentioned, typing, report writing, note-taking, editing of video and all those things, if you don't have a laptop, you can't do them. So you need to have a laptop. So as part of the money you are earning, budget to get a laptop. In fact, I even prefer that you talk with your parents as part of your independence claim, let them get you a laptop. Let them get you an Android phone that you can use to search through search engines, you can connect to internet so that you don't lose out on any valuable information. Then you need reliable internet connectivity. It is through this that you can get most of your work done. It is through this that you can learn a lot about the 20 things I said you must find skills in. When you are able to invest in a laptop, in a mobile phone, and in all of these things I've mentioned, you are able to invest in finding your skills, finding your passion, and then building skills around your passion, and then starting a career or business around your passion, and applying those passions in starting a side income job, as well as working hard in your office and saving some money from your field. You should be able to make not less than 10,000 to 50,000 Ghana cedis. It is possible. Many students, many national service persons, and many fresh workers who have done their service with me, I've mentored them, they have been able to make minimum 10,000, maximum 50,000. You can break the record. You can break the record by making more than this. Then I'll add you to the statistics for next year. Thank you so much. And I hope you have enjoyed this session so much because I can see from your faces. Thank you.